How long has she been gone?
About an hour, I think.
You mean you don't know?
Well, Charles, I'm her friend, not her bodyguard. Hey, look, I've done the best I can. You know, I went upstairs to take a shower. It was gone no more than 30 minutes. I come down and Miriam is gone and the car's gone.
Now think back to last night. Is there any clue that you can think of at all that would let us know where she is now?
Well, no, I thought she was taking a nap. Look, I really can't handle her anymore. Suppose we don't find her.
Nancy, don't talk that way. Of course we're going to find her. But when we do, you're going to have to help because Miriam listens to you.
Well, she hasn't been lately. Otherwise, she wouldn't be missing, would she?
Oh, maybe that's her.
Oh, the police. Hello?
Jeff, I've looked everywhere. There's just no sign of her. And now Jenny's gone too, honey. I don't... Oh, wait a minute. She just came in. I'll call you back. Oh, Jenny, where have you been? It's bad enough that Jill is missing.
Mommy, I found her.
Jill? Oh, thank God you're back. I was so worried about you.
She was at our favorite hangout
park. I just thought I'd never see you again.
I couldn't leave.
We missed you.
I've missed you too.
Well, honey, why don't you take her bag up to her room?
Right.
You are back to stay, aren't you?
Well, if you're sure you want to have me after all the trouble I caused.
Of course we will. Oh.
Jill thought we didn't love her anymore, but I told her.
Well, we sure do. But what gave you that idea, Jill? Was it the misunderstanding about the phone bill?
Well, that was part of it. I overheard you and Mr. Cummings talking last night.
Oh, what did you hear?
You were putting me down. You want to make me work in the bookstore to pay back for the bill, for punishment.
Not for punishment. To give you a sense of responsibility. When you love someone, the way we love you, you just want the best for them. And sometimes that means encouraging them to do something that they don't want to do because it is the best thing for them.
Well, it's not as if I didn't want to work at the bookstore or anything. Well, it's just, at the time, it all sounded like a put down, and it hurt. I just wanted to hurt you back.
So you ran away. I'm glad to hear you say that.
Huh?
It just shows that we care a lot about each other. Because if you don't care, you can't be hurt.
I never thought about it like that before. Maybe that's why I couldn't leave town like I always have before. I like living here, and all of you.
We have a few problems, but it's nothing that we can't handle together, and with the Lord's help.
It's just that I've never had anybody, love me the way you do. Well, I know now that you just want what's best for me, and I'm willing to try to do whatever you think is best. Work in the bookstore, or anything.
Even play with me?
Well, not anything.
Jill.
We'll see. But first, I want to help your mom make dinner.
Thank you. You must be really hungry.
No, well, just a little hungry, maybe?
Well, listen, why don't the two of you spend a little time together, and while I figure out what we're going to have for dinner. And first, I think I better call Jeff and Judge Slaymaker and let them know you're home.
Judge Slaymaker? Why?
Mrs. Mason.
Oh, Mrs. Davidson.
What are you doing here?
I came here to see you.
Well, who let you in?
Me. I just knew you'd be home very soon, so I just came here and waited. I was very quiet.
Oh, so that's your car parked in the street.
Let me see. Yeah, what do you know? I guess it is.
Look, why don't you give me the keys and I'll move it for you?
Oh, no, you don't. You just want to trick me, just like you did Nancy.
Why would I want to trick you?
Because Nancy is my friend. She is my best friend.
Well, I'm glad that Nancy's your friend.
No, you aren't. You don't want her to have anything or anybody, I know.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. She told me what you did.
Well, I don't know what she told you, but I'm sure that it wasn't
She told me that you kicked her out of her own house and you let some other people live in there because you like them more than your very own sister.
I am just letting them stay in the house while their house is being
No,
redecorated.
because that is Nancy's house.
It's not Nancy's house. She just lived there
Yes,
for a while.
it is. I know it's Nancy's house, and you had just better give it back to her because, see, Nancy is my friend, and you can't treat her like this. You can't.
Miriam, you came to me, remember? You told me how Nancy had made up her own copy of the will and how you knew the house really wasn't hers.
No, see, that was before she was my friend. And besides, see, you just kicked her out because she wanted to stay with me. I know.
No, you don't understand.
Yes, I understand. I do. I understand that you hate Nancy, and her mother hated her too. She really hated you, and you got all of the best things because your mother always liked you best all the time.
Mrs. Mason,
No,
please
don't! I know what it feels like when your mother is mean to you because, see, my mother, she left me, but Nancy cares for me, and I care for Nancy. And how dare you try to kick her out of her
Miriam,
house?
please calm
No,
down.
I know, because those people, they wouldn't let her in, and they were mean to her.
Okay, look, I will talk to them, and I'll talk to Nancy. Now, why don't you just sit down over here?
Just get your hands off of me. See, I'm Nancy's friend.
You're not yourself. Now, please
No,
sit down.
Look, I'm fine. I'm just, well, maybe I will just sit down just now. But I'm not gonna leave here until you give Nancy her house back. Don't touch me!
When did you send your graduation invitations?
About 2 weeks ago.
Me too.
Have you decided which job offer you're going to accept?
None of them.
Mary Ann, why?
Well, my father taught me into working with him on his campaign and as Director of Public Relations and Advertising for Prescott Development, a growing company.
Whoa, sounds impressive. What campaign?
County Commissioner.
Oh, I forgot. You know, I usually think of your father as Peter's boss, not as a commissioner.
I'll be working with the publicity.
Oh, I'm so glad you're going to be staying in the area, even though I know you wanted to see the world.
I'll have time for that later, but Dad needs me now. I'll be moving back home. How about you?
Well, I've sent my application into several elementary schools in the area. So far, nothing.
So you decided not to teach on the secondary level?
I prefer working with younger children, especially remedial reading. But I may have to settle for high school if something doesn't open soon.
Well, you can always work with Ben in that new clinic you told me about.
I tried that once before when he had his office at Hollister Square. I'd better stick to teaching. It promotes better family relations.
Ben is so handsome and together. I figured he'd be a doll to live with.
Oh, he is. But I want to use all this education I've got.
I know what you mean. And it's time we both put our talents to work, especially you. You've got it made. You've got a good marriage to a hunk of a doctor, in a beautiful home, and soon a college degree.
You're right. And we both know that all things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to his purposes.
Is she back?
No, and I'm really getting worried. We gotta find her. You know, in her condition, she could have an accident or
How long
something.
has she been gone?
Oh, about an hour or so.
You mean you don't know?
But Charles, I'm her friend, not her bodyguard. Look, I've done all I can. I went upstairs to take a shower and was gone no more than 30 minutes, and I came down and Miriam's gone and the car's gone.
Can you think of anything last night that would give us a clue as to where she went?
Well, no, I thought she was napping or something. Look, I just can't handle her anymore. Suppose we don't find her.
Nancy, don't talk that way. Of course we're going to find her. But when we do, you're going to have to help because Miriam listens to you.
Well, she isn't lately. I don't know what to do about it.
Oh, Mary, there she is.
Well, maybe it's the police. Hello?
Hello, Nancy?
Well, what an unpleasant surprise.
Is Mr. Carpenter there?
Why do you want to know? You checking up on me or something?
I need to speak to him. It's important.
Oh, I'll bet it is. I mean, you take my house, now you want my man, too?
I don't want to argue with you, Nancy. Now, may I please speak to him?
I'm not leaving, Nancy, until she gives you back your house.
Is that Miriam?
Yes. Now, may I please speak to him?
What are you doing to her?
Here. Let me have that. Miriam,
Mr. Carpenter, this is Terry Davidson. Your daughter is here at my house.
What?
And I'm not leaving, Daddy.
If you can come over here right away, I'll explain then.
Yes, yes, I'll be right there. She's at Davidson's of all places.
I told you I'm not leaving, and you can't make me.
Hey, what is this?
A celebration for the new us.
Oh, where are Mom and Jimmy?
Checking up on the remodeling progress.
Oh, so we're alone.
I hope you don't mind.
Oh, no. Don't mind at all. And how could I go for 2 whole years without you, lady?
Now, that dinner I slaved over 2 hours is gonna get cold.
Yeah, but we can always warm that up.
I thought the way to a man's heart was through his stomach.
You already know the way to my heart, little lady.
Your coat, please.
My coat.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And now your tie.
My tie. Yeah.
And your shoes.
Shoes. So, this is what they mean by slipping into something more comfortable. Ah.
Huh?
I like that.
I thought you would.
Ooh. Ah. You know, lady, you're even more beautiful by candlelight.
You're not too bad yourself.
Well, I love you.
I love you.
What timing. Gosh. Hope it's the wrong number. Hello? Huh? Yeah, she is. It's for you, sweet.
Who knows I'm here?
I don't know.
Hello? Lionel, how did you... Now, look, we've been through this before. Now, I don't care what they're offering. The answer is still no.
What's your manager?
Mm-hmm. The job in L.A. is still mine if I want it.
Do you?
I made my decision at the airport.
You could always change your mind. We could work this out if that's what you want.
Oh, now I know you love me.
I want you to do it if it really makes you happy.
No, Jean. This time, I'm gonna be your wife. That's what makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have to be nice to Nancy.
What kind of pills are you taking, Miriam? What color?
It's my medicine and none of your business.
Come in.
Daddy, what are you doing? Oh, Nancy, look, Nancy's here. You came to see me. My best friend came to see me.
Did she hurt you, Miriam?
Of course not.
No, but you see, I just told her that I wouldn't leave until she gave you your house back. Now, Daddy, you do something and you make her give it back because she's really mean to Nancy.
I wish to apologize for any inconvenience my daughter has caused.
No, it's all right.
No, Daddy, don't apologize. Don't, because she's mean to Nancy and I'm trying to help.
Miriam, you have said and done enough. Now, please be quiet.
No, I won't be quiet, Daddy. You can't make me because I'm here trying to help Nancy.
Miriam, I know you were, but it's no use anyway.
Now, the
Daddy, look, Nancy, she likes me. Why can't you like me?
car is outside, and Nancy will drive yours.
No, I'm not leaving. Right, Nancy.
It's obvious that she's not thinking rationally.
She's just not feeling well, that's all.
Oh, I'm sure she feels fine. With that amount of drugs in her, she should.
Miriam, come along now.
No, I I told you I'm
Nancy,
not going.
please.
I'm going to
Mr. Carpenter, may I speak to you privately?
That's not going to be necessary. I'll just take Miriam and we'll go right along.
I don't think so.
Charles, come on, let's go.
All right.
Mr. Carpenter, your daughter has a very serious drug problem.
Oh, she's just on medication.
Well, I'm sure some of the pills that she's taking are prescription drugs. But I also suspect that she's on several street drugs.
Well, in that case, Nancy and I are simply going to have to look after her more carefully.
Well, it's not that simple. You can't help Miriam until you are fully aware of her condition. Now, I suggest that you seek professional help for her as soon as possible.
Well, that certainly is my intention.
You can admit her to the psychiatric unit at Kingsley General.
Oh, no. I don't think that'll be necessary at all.
Some of the pills she's taking may be addictive, and I believe that she is suffering from a drug-induced psychosis. Mr. Carpenter, your daughter needs medically trained supervision.
See what's so important. I have my rights. I'm 18. You can't get me for running away.
I'm aware of your rights to relocate anytime you wish. How do you like staying with the Cummings?
I like living with them. So why did I run away, right?
Yes, why?
Because I misunderstood something they said, but we've got that straightened out now.
The phone bill?
You sure get around, don't you?
Look, I know my interest in you must seem strange. I mean, you didn't even know me a few weeks ago.
I still don't know you. All I know is that you ask me a lot of questions and you want to give me money so I can go to school.
You don't trust me or my motives, do you?
All I know is nothing's for free. I don't take anything from strangers unless I know the terms.
Strangers. What if, we weren't strangers? I mean, what if I told you that, I know your mother, Rosemary?
Personally?
Yes. I used to live in Joliet, Illinois. I knew your father, Henry.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
Your mother, Rosemary, and I were very good friends in high school.
I never heard her mention you.
Well, we haven't seen each other in 18 years.
Funny, I didn't know she had such classy friends.
Thank you. I wasn't so classy back then.
Well, you're not hurting for money now.
I had a lot of ambition. So did my husband. I mean, you can imagine my shock when I read your file.
18 years. You were around when I was adopted, weren't you?
It was my idea.
It was your idea? Why? How?
Jill, it's very hard for me to say this. It was my idea because I am your mother.
My mother?
I was 18. I was a freshman. I got pregnant, and at the time, it seemed like the best thing to do for you and for me.
I can't believe this. All the nights I laid awake, waiting to hear someone say those words. Wondering if my mother was thinking about me.
I was, most of those nights.
Who's my father?
My husband, George. We never had any more children. You're our only daughter.
She's really come unwrapped this time, hasn't she?
Nancy, you say one more thing and I'll throw you out of this house.
Ladies, please.
Stuff it, Charles.
Oh, thank heaven the ambulance.
They're coming to take you away, Miriam.
Called for an ambulance? Problems with a female mental?
Yes, please come in.
Don't you work at Kingsley?
Yes,
General?
I'm director of nursing.
What's the problem?
I believe it's a drug-induced psychosis.
So she goes to the psychiatric ward.
What? No! No!
No.
No!
Miriam, no! it.
Shut up!
No, please.
No! Don't interfere!
Nancy, we've got to over.
Charles, we've done all we can.
Please.
Daddy, help me! Daddy, don't you love me? I'll be good, Daddy. I'll try to be.
Mim, I'm coming with you. I'll be with you, Mim.
Daddy, I love you, Daddy.
Always nice to see you again, sis. Should stop by and see me sometime.
Oh, I do see you, Nancy. I see you for exactly what you are. And I think that's the thing you hate most about me. Please, Lord, be with Miriam. Comfort her and her father. And Nancy, please, Lord, forgive her. Take this day, take this moment from her, and turn it into something good.